You've heard it all your life. Exercise is the key to staying young, vibrant, and heart healthy. And it's true to a point. The right movement can add years to your life. But here's the shocker few people talk about. Some exercises can actually hurt your heart after age 60, maybe even permanently. Yes, you heard that right. Too often, we assume any physical activity is better than none, especially in our golden years. But the reality is more complicated. You see, after age 60, the heart changes, and so must your exercise routine. The once resilient cardiovascular system starts to slow down. Arteries stiffen. The heart's ability to bounce back after intense exertion begins to decline. And if you ignore those changes, if you push like you did in your 30s or follow a one-size-fits-all fitness trend, you could be putting your heart in danger without even realizing it. What's worse, the most damaging exercises often look completely harmless. They're promoted by influencers, recommended by well-meaning trainers, and even found in group fitness classes for seniors. But here's the truth. What works for a 30-year-old can spell disaster for someone at 70. Heart palpitations, dizzy spells, irregular heartbeats, even silent damage that doesn't show up until it's too late. So today we're sounding the alarm, not to scare you, but to protect you. Because with the right knowledge, you can stay strong, fit, and heart healthy for decades to come. In this video, we'll uncover 5 common exercises seniors should rethink or avoid entirely, and offer smart, heart-safe alternatives you can do instead. These aren't fringe ideas. They're based on what cardiologists, geriatric fitness experts, and senior health researchers have seen again and again. If you've ever felt breathless, lightheaded, or just not right after a workout, don't ignore that feeling. It's your body whispering a warning, and this video might be the wake-up call you need. Let's dive into the first exercise you might want to reconsider, especially if your workouts feel like a sprint instead of a stroll. Section 1. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, when fast results come at a high price. High-intensity interval training, commonly known as HIIT, has exploded in popularity over the last decade. Its promise is tempting. Do short, intense bursts of movement, followed by brief rest periods and torch calories faster than traditional cardio. And for many younger adults, that's exactly what it does. But for older adults, especially those with heart conditions or undiagnosed cardiovascular issues, HIIT can be like playing with fire. Let's break down why. During a HIIT workout, your heart rate can go from a comfortable 60% of your max to upwards of 85 to 90% in just a matter of seconds. That's a lot of pressure for an aging heart. It's like flooring the gas pedal in an old car. Sure, it might move fast at first, but eventually something's going to give. In your 60s and beyond, your heart's electrical conduction system becomes more sensitive. That means sudden jumps in heart rate can lead to arrhythmias, atrial fibrillation, or even silent ischemia, a form of reduced blood flow to the heart muscle that doesn't always cause noticeable chest pain. Worse still, HIIT can cause sharp blood pressure spikes, especially when paired with exercises like squat jumps, burpees, or sprint intervals. You might feel great during the first few sessions, but the danger builds quietly over time until one day, a simple move triggers dizziness, shortness of breath, or a scary flutter in your chest. Dr. Jonathan Myers, a cardiovascular health researcher, notes that HIIT increases the risk of transient cardiac events in people over 65, particularly those who aren't conditioned or who have pre-existing vascular issues, even ones they don't know about. So does that mean you have to give up all intensity? Absolutely not. A better way: moderate, steady-state cardio. Rather than shocking your heart with sudden surges, shift your focus to consistent, moderate intensity movement. This is the gold standard for cardiovascular health in older adults. Walking briskly around your neighborhood, riding a stationary bike at a steady pace, or doing aquatic aerobics at a local pool can give your heart the challenge it needs without overwhelming it. These activities raise your heart rate gradually, maintain it in a safe zone, and then allow a smooth transition back to rest. Think of it like a gentle tide instead of a crashing wave. To know you're in the right zone, use the talk test. If you can walk and carry on a conversation without gasping for air, Your intensity is just right. If you can sing, you're going too light. If you're breathless or lightheaded, it's time to back off. And don't skip the warm-up and cool down. Seniors need more time to ease in and ease out of physical activity. Even 5 minutes of gentle marching or side steps before your main workout can dramatically lower your risk of cardiovascular stress. HIIT may work for younger bodies, but your heart deserves respect and rhythm. It's not about slowing down. It's about training smart, not hard. Section 2. The core and strength mistake. Crunches and heavy lifting can harm more than just your back. Let's talk about one of the most common fitness goals for seniors: building a strong core and maintaining strength to stay independent. It's a worthy goal and essential for balance, posture, and everyday mobility. But how you build that strength matters deeply. And unfortunately, many seniors are still being told to do sit-ups, crunches, and heavy lifts that could be doing more damage than good, especially to your heart. At first glance, exercises like crunches or barbell deadlifts seem harmless enough. After all, you're lying on a mat or standing still. But what many people don't realize is that these moves place intense intra-abdominal pressure on the body. And that pressure doesn't just strain your spine or core. It impacts your cardiovascular system too. When you engage in high-effort movements, like heavy lifting or repeated crunches, your body often performs something called the Valsalva maneuver. It's when you hold your breath without realizing it while exerting force. This action causes a sudden spike in blood pressure and can reduce blood flow back to the heart momentarily. For a younger adult, the body recovers quickly. For someone over 60, especially with arterial stiffness or plaque buildup, this pressure surge can be risky. Studies have shown that performing heavy resistance movements can elevate systolic blood pressure well above 200 millimeters of mercury, even in people who consider themselves fit. That's enough to trigger headaches, dizziness, and, in rare but real cases, vascular rupture or arrhythmia, especially in individuals with undiagnosed heart issues. And let's not forget the spinal risk. Repeated floor crunches, especially with poor form, can compress the lower back, aggravate disc issues, and lead to posture problems. These posture issues then translate into compromised lung capacity and altered breathing mechanics, which also burden your cardiovascular system. So if you've been told to get down and give me 20 crunches every morning, it may be time to hit the pause button and try something gentler, smarter, and far safer. A better way: controlled strength training with breath awareness. Strength training is still important, no question. In fact, it's one of the most effective ways to preserve bone density, prevent falls, and keep your metabolism humming. But the method matters. Swap out heavy lifting and high-risk core moves for low-impact strength routines using light resistance and proper breathing technique. This might mean using resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even your own body weight while staying in a comfortable range of motion. Focus on functional movements like chair squats, wall push-ups, or bird dogs. These exercises target multiple muscle groups without putting dangerous pressure on your heart or spine. And remember, never hold your breath while lifting or exerting effort. Exhale during the hard part of the movement and inhale during the easier phase. This simple shift can dramatically lower blood pressure spikes. As for your core, skip the floor. Instead, try standing core exercises that keep your spine in a neutral position. Marching in place with knees high, seated leg lifts, or gentle torso twists while seated in a chair can activate your abdominal muscles without compromising your cardiovascular safety. If you're ever unsure, consult a senior fitness specialist or cardiac rehab expert to create a routine tailored for your health status. They can help you build strength without sacrificing safety. The goal isn't to be a bodybuilder. It's to stay strong enough to carry groceries, rise from a chair unassisted, or open a jar without struggle. You can absolutely be strong after 60. Just don't let old school exercises push your body into harm's way. Section 3. Exercising in extreme temperatures. The invisible strain on the senior heart. There's something undeniably beautiful about a sunrise walk or a brisk evening jog. Many seniors cherish outdoor exercise for the fresh air, vitamin D, and the mental boost it provides. But when temperatures swing to the extremes, either too hot or too cold, your heart may be forced to work overtime. And unlike sore muscles or aching joints, cardiovascular stress from extreme weather isn't always easy to detect. Let's start with heat. On hot days, your body naturally tries to cool itself by increasing blood flow to the skin. Your heart has to beat faster to move blood to the surface for sweat to evaporate. But here's the catch. In seniors, this cooling system is less efficient. With age, your sweat glands shrink, your skin thins, and your ability to regulate body temperature declines. That means your heart ends up doing double the work with half the results. Add in physical activity, say a power walk in 90-degree heat, and you've now got a recipe for rapid dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and a dangerously high heart rate. Even a simple walk can elevate your body temperature to unsafe levels, especially if you're not drinking enough fluids or are on medications like diuretics, which are common in seniors with high blood pressure. Cold weather isn't any safer. In chilly temperatures, your blood vessels constrict to preserve warmth, causing an increase in blood pressure. For someone over 60, especially those with stiff arteries or atherosclerosis, this constriction can dramatically increase the risk of stroke or heart attack. Snow shoveling in particular is notorious for triggering cardiac events in older adults because of the combination of cold, sudden exertion, and breath-holding underload. Many seniors think they're fine because they feel okay, but the signs of cold or heat-related heart strain, like lightheadedness, palpitations, confusion, or mild chest discomfort, are often dismissed or attributed to age. That's a dangerous mistake. A better way, time it right and know your safe zone. You don't have to give up outdoor exercise, but you do need to time it smartly and know your limits. In hot weather, aim for early morning walks before 10 a.m. when the sun is still low and the heat hasn't peaked. Wear light, breathable clothing and drink at least 8 ounces of water before heading out. Bring a water bottle and sip consistently, even if you don't feel thirsty. Thirst isn't a reliable signal once you're over 60. In colder climates, late morning to early afternoon is best, when the sun is highest and temperatures are more forgiving. Dress in layers that you can remove as you warm up. Always protect your hands, head, and feet, since those areas lose heat fastest and force your heart to compensate. If the weather is extreme, over 85 degrees Fahrenheit or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, consider indoor alternatives. Walking at your local mall, doing a low-impact cardio DVD, or following a YouTube routine in the living room can offer just as much benefit without the environmental risk. Also, remember that air quality matters. Seniors are more sensitive to pollution, pollen, and wildfire smoke, all of which can exacerbate heart conditions. Check your local air quality index, AQI, before heading outside. Bottom line, your heart already does a lot for you. Don't ask it to fight the weather too. Exercise is about consistency, not bravado. When you respect the elements and your body's response to them, you can stay safely active all year long. Section 4. Long, unbroken cardio sessions, when more, can hurt the heart. For years, we were told that the longer you exercise, the better. A 1-hour walk? Great. 90 minutes on the elliptical? Even better. A 2-hour hike? Gold star. But for older adults, especially those with underlying heart conditions or less cardiac flexibility, prolonged, unbroken cardio sessions can quietly work against your heart health. Here's why this well-intentioned approach can be harmful after 60. When you exercise continuously for more than 45 to 60 minutes without rest, your heart muscle enters a state of sustained high output. That might sound like a good thing, but for aging hearts, it can lead to wear and tear on the cardiac walls, similar to what we see in endurance athletes who overtrain. Research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology shows that prolonged cardio, particularly beyond 90 minutes, can temporarily weaken the heart's pumping function, raise cardiac enzymes linked to stress, and even increase the risk of atrial fibrillation, a condition that's already more common in people over 65. Essentially, the heart becomes fatigued, just like any muscle. But because it doesn't cramp or burn like your legs, many people don't notice until symptoms appear days or weeks later. And let's talk about dehydration and electrolyte loss, both of which happen more quickly in seniors and are amplified the longer you exercise. Electrolytes like potassium and magnesium are essential for proper heartbeat regulation. Without them, the risk of arrhythmias or sudden fatigue climbs significantly. You might feel heroic for walking 5 miles straight or dancing for an hour without a break, but your heart may be waving a red flag behind the scenes. So how do we reap the cardiovascular benefits of movement without tipping into overuse? A better way: break it up. Short, frequent, and heart smart. Instead of pushing through marathon sessions, adopt a short and steady model. Your body, especially your heart, thrives on consistency, not intensity or duration. Aim for 2 to 3 15 to 20-minute sessions spread throughout the day. For example, take a brisk walk in the morning, do some light dancing in the afternoon, and close your evening with gentle stretching or chair yoga. This allows your heart to elevate its rate, return to rest, and repeat, a pattern shown to improve recovery, heart rate variability, and endurance in seniors. Another benefit of this method: lower injury risk. Fatigue leads to sloppy form, which increases the chance of falls, sprains, or joint pain. By keeping workouts shorter and spacing them out, your body and brain stay sharp, and you're more likely to actually enjoy the process instead of dreading a long slog. And don't forget, even non-exercise movement counts. Gardening, housework, walking the dog, or dancing in the kitchen all contribute to your daily heart health quota. You don't need to be on a treadmill for it to count. Finally, listen to your body. If you feel flushed, winded, tight in the chest, or more tired than usual after your workouts, those are not signs to push harder. They're signs to reassess and scale down. You are not training for a marathon. You are training for longevity, mobility, and quality of life. Give your heart the rest it needs between efforts, and it will reward you with strength that lasts. Section 5. The all-or-nothing training mentality. Why sudden effort spikes are dangerous. There's a phrase that's quietly sabotaging the health of countless seniors: go big or go home. This all-or-nothing mentality is everywhere in fitness culture, even among well-meaning trainers. And for seniors trying to maintain their health, it often leads to a dangerous trap: doing too much, too soon, without any preparation. Maybe you've experienced this. You've had a sluggish week, missed a few walks, and now feel guilty. So you decide to make up for it with an intense, fast-paced session. Maybe you start marching in place, add in some squats, and then push through lunges or resistance band exercises, all without warming up. Your heart starts pounding, your breathing quickens, and within minutes, you feel lightheaded or tight in the chest. You pause, maybe even sit down and wonder, why can't I handle this like I used to? The problem isn't your motivation, it's your method. Sudden spikes in effort, jumping from rest into high movement without easing in, can shock your cardiovascular system. It's like starting a car in second gear on a freezing morning. The engine might turn over, but it's grinding the gears in ways you can't see. As we age, the heart's response time slows. It doesn't adapt to pressure or recover from stress as quickly. If you skip a proper warm-up, your blood vessels don't dilate in time, your heart rate spikes too fast, and your blood pressure may surge to dangerous levels. This can lead to syncope, fainting, chest discomfort, or an erratic heartbeat, especially in those with existing heart disease, even if it's mild or undiagnosed. And the opposite is just as dangerous. Ending a workout abruptly, especially after intense movement, without a gradual cool down, can cause blood pooling in the legs, reduced blood return to the heart, and sudden drops in blood pressure, leading to dizziness or even a fall. The all-or-nothing mindset also contributes to inconsistency, which is the true enemy of progress. Doing one intense session followed by days of soreness or burnout doesn't help your heart or your motivation. It just creates a cycle of guilt, strain, and frustration. A better way: embrace the slow ramp method. Your body, especially your heart, prefers gradual change. Instead of diving into exercise cold, ease into it with 5 to 10 minutes of gentle warm-up movements. This could be shoulder rolls, seated leg swings, arm circles, or walking in place. These movements tell your heart, we're about to move, Get ready. Then during your workout, build intensity slowly. Start with low-impact versions of the exercises and listen to your body. You don't have to hit your peak in the first 5 minutes or ever. Your peak might be a sustained, comfortable pace that leaves you slightly winded but still able to talk. And when you're done, don't just stop. Spend at least 5 minutes cooling down with slow, mindful movement, gentle walking, light stretching, or deep breathing. This gives your heart time to transition from activity to rest without abrupt changes. Perhaps most importantly, redefine what success looks like. Success isn't pushing until you're gasping for breath or dripping with sweat. Success is finishing your workout feeling energized, steady, and empowered to do it again tomorrow. Remember, you're not training for a finish line. You're training for a lifetime. Every movement counts. So honor your body's rhythm, respect its limits, and stay consistent. That's where true heart-safe fitness lives. Your heart is listening, are you? You've made it this far, and that means something important. You care deeply about your health, not just surviving, but truly living well in the years ahead. That's what Elderly and Wise is all about. And now you have a clear understanding of how exercise, while essential, can become a silent threat if we don't adapt it to the needs of our changing bodies, especially the heart. Let's quickly revisit what we've learned. High-intensity interval training, or HIIT, may sound impressive, but its sudden spikes in heart rate can overwhelm aging cardiovascular systems. Swap it for steady, moderate cardio like brisk walking or gentle cycling. Crunches and heavy lifting, often touted as strength builders, can increase blood pressure and strain both your spine and heart. Embrace functional movements, use light resistance, and always breathe through the effort. Exercising in extreme temperatures, whether in searing heat or bitter cold, adds extra stress to the heart. Choose the right time of day, dress appropriately, and know when to move indoors. Long, unbroken cardio sessions might feel productive, but they can quietly exhaust the heart and upset vital rhythms. Short, frequent bouts of movement are more effective and far safer. And perhaps most dangerous of all, the all-or-nothing mindset, where we leap into exercise without warming up or try to make up for missed days with punishing intensity, only sets us up for failure, frustration, and heart risk. The message is simple yet life-changing. Your heart isn't asking you to stop moving. It's asking you to move smarter. And smarter movement isn't about ego. It's not about proving anything to anyone else. It's about understanding your body's unique language and honoring what it tells you. It's about consistency, care, and compassion for yourself. So what should you do next? Start by reflecting. Look at your current exercise habits. Are you jumping in too fast? Pushing too hard? Ignoring warning signs like breathlessness, dizziness, or lingering fatigue? If so, it's not too late to change course. In fact, this moment could be your turning point. Talk to your doctor. If you have access to a senior fitness professional or cardiac rehab specialist, ask for an assessment. Tailor your routine to your real needs, not someone else's Instagram feed. Build a routine that energizes you instead of draining you. That leaves you standing tall, not collapsing onto the couch. That connects your breath, body, and heart into a gentle rhythm of vitality. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy gear. You just need awareness, the will to adapt, and the wisdom to know that your heart is still your greatest ally, if you treat it with respect. Before we go, let me say this. You are not weak for slowing down. You are not behind because you're modifying movements. In fact, you are powerful because you are choosing sustainability over speed. And that choice, that's what keeps you dancing longer, laughing harder, walking taller, and living better. So please share this video with a friend, a sibling, or a walking buddy who might be doing too much too fast. You just might change or save their life. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Elderly and Wise, where we break down senior wellness with clarity, kindness, and truth. Your health journey matters, and we're honored to be part of it. Until next time, move wisely, breathe deeply, and stay beautifully strong.